Hey there, Regina Andler here, and it is time for Tips and Tricks Tuesday. And I'm actually going to put my microphone on so y'all can hear me. And today I want to talk to you about email marketing. Now, some people think that email marketing is dead. And I'll tell you, I'm being completely transparent and honest. I have 3 different email boxes. And right now, I have probably about 2,000 unread emails in those boxes. Why? Because they're from all these people who I ended up on some list. Some of them I subscribed to, some of them I didn't subscribe to. And so I just ignore half of the stuff that's in there. And every now and then, like once a month, I go in and I clean it out. And every now and then, there's a golden nugget in there that I find from somebody who just randomly emailed me. Now, I don't suggest that you randomly email anybody. What I am suggesting that you consider, if you're not already using email marketing, to look at your email marketing and see if it's something that you want to boost up as far as your marketing strategy is concerned. Here's the thing. According to the statistics, and this is a statistic from the Motley Fool, and I almost said Motley Crue, totally dating myself, from the Motley Fool, which is an investment company. They teach investments. There's a 44 times return on emails. What does that mean? That means that you could potentially earn $44 on email marketing as a return on investment. How cool is that? That's actually, I know $44, it doesn't sound like much. That's actually huge in this day and age, especially when it comes to email marketing. So think about your current email list. Not going to lie, my list is small. I do not do a lot of focus on my list as far as building it. My list is small. However, it is full of my exact target audience, which means I get a very high open rate. The more people you have in an email list, you tend to drop off on that open rate because less and less people open them, like my 2,000 plus or so emails that are in my box right now. It's the way it happens. What I do is I focus on getting the people that I want, the exact target audience that I want in my list. So I know that when I send a valuable email out, I know that they're going to open it and look at it because they know, like, and trust me. So when it comes to your email, the other source that we have here, I'm looking at some statistics here, it's got the highest conversion rate of all marketing. So we talk about the social media marketing, we talk about all these different ways to market your business. And while social media is still really huge, think about all the time you're spending out there doing social media marketing. What if you add a little mix, diversify a little bit and add into your social media some email marketing so that you can grow even larger? So that's what I want to talk about today. It's about building that list. So the benefits of email marketing is that, well, it's direct communication. You're talking to one person. I never suggest to anybody to create, we'll call it general content for your email list. What do I mean? That is, hey everyone, today I want to talk about that kind of thing. You want to specifically speak to the person. In order to do that, you need an email app that is helping you so that you can go create this and send stuff out. You can use stuff like MailChimp. You can use a CRM. I use ActiveCampaign. There's all kinds of different programs that are out there that allow you to send emails out. There's Constant Contact that sends newsletters out. There's a lot of different ones out there in the market. We're not going to get into detail about that. If you want any information about different types of them, just put a note here in the comments, and I'm happy to throw in the comments, a list of, 5 of the top email providers to help you send stuff out. Some of them are free, some of them are low cost, and some of them are a little bit higher cost. So it all depends on what you're looking for from an email provider, from an email distribution system, right? So when it comes to the benefits, you have that direct communication. So you're speaking to, hey, Regina, today I want to talk about, whatever it is. And you go on from there. So you're speaking directly to a person. And you have targeted messaging with an email list system like MailChimp or ActiveCampaign or whichever one you choose. You can do stuff like you can segment your list. So if you have different messages that you want to send out to different people, you can actually segment your list and say, here's what I want to send out to this group of people. Here's what I want to send out to this group of people. And you can, reach more people, more of the people who are actually going to open your emails. Again, it's all about getting them to actually read them. You can send out thousands and thousands and thousands of emails. If nobody opens them, nobody reads them, You just spent a lot of time sending out a lot of emails that went nowhere. So the idea here is to get in front of the right audience. And then you can also build relationships with email marketing. Remember, you're talking to that one person. If I say, hey, Sarah, today I want to talk to you about this, and I provide value, I give her some result that she's looking for in an email that she can actually go implement today. She's like, wow, I'm going to follow this Regina person because she has really good information. And she's going to start opening up more and more of my emails because she knows she's getting information that she can actually use. So that is the idea behind it. And one of the benefits is building those relationships, nurturing relationships through email. Now, one of the other benefits of email marketing is you have measurable results. So when you use one of those programs to send out the emails, all of them have some kind of analytics that tells you what is the open rate, the subscribe rate, because you always want to have an unsubscribe button at the bottom of your emails, because if you don't have an unsubscribe button at the bottom of your emails, number one, you're probably going to get blacklisted really quick. And number two, people are really going to be mad because if you showed up on their list and they can't get rid of you and they want to get rid of you for whatever reason, remember, not everybody is your style. Not everybody's my style. Some people just want to, be done. Or the information is not relevant anymore. You need to have that unsubscribe button there. It's actually, if you don't have it there, you're basically spam. So you don't want to spam people. You want to actually provide valuable information to build those relationships. So you can measure the results that you're getting in those programs. It'll tell you how many people opened, how many people subscribed, how many people unsubscribed, this, that, and the other thing. So how do you actually grow your list? That's our next step. Our next step is growing the list. Now, the best way to grow a list is to create a lead magnet. Because when you create a lead magnet, say some kind of a guide or something that they go to a page where they enter their name and email address into a form that is sent to that program, your mail program, and so that captures the information, and it's something of value for them. It's something that they want to download so that they get the information. When they do that, if they enter their name and their email address into a form that has your guide in it, you already know that you've got a captive audience and the right target audience, because if they weren't interested in the information, they're not going to enter their information in the form, right? So the key is to create something that directly speaks to your target audience. So you need to know who your target audience is, and then you create something for them. You put it on a page, a landing page, where you then have an email form for them to fill out that has them enter their name and email address. That then goes to your email app, and now you have this list. So you might have a master email list in your CRM. You might have, a segmented list where you have people that are signing up for different things. You might have a different list for different guides and that you send out there, so you can segment them that way. There's different ways that you can do it. A lead magnet, though, is the fastest way to get people into your email list. So when I said I have a small list right now, I do. I have a small list because I don't do a lot of lead magnet work right now. I do have something actually coming out very shortly that's going to way bump that up. And it's something that people were asking for. So that is the key. What does your audience need? What are they looking for? Create something for them and then have them download it by way of email. Have them enter their name and email into a form to get access to the download. And now you create an automation after they download it to just nurture that relationship and say, hey, I'm so glad you downloaded the guide. We talked about this, this, and this. And then you nurture that relationship by giving them something else. Maybe it's they join your Facebook group, or they join, they hook up with you on LinkedIn, or they download another freebie or something like that, or there's some kind of a consultation call. There's always a call to action in there. So with email, if there's a 44 time return on investment, like I said, that's huge. And when you think about it, all you need to do is provide one resource where they enter in their information so that you can capture that info and then start nurturing the relationships, because it's a one-to-one relationship in an email. So when I say, hey, Sarah, today, here's today's topic is about this, and that's something that Sarah is asking for, that she's looking for, that I know she wants. Now I know she's going to open it, she's going to read it, and she's most likely going to respond, or whatever the call to action is, she's most likely going to take that call to action. So you want more engagement on your list. So having a massive list isn't necessarily a good thing. A massive list is kind of like the spray and pray kind of thing, where it's like you send out an email to a massive list hoping that one person is going to respond. What I'm suggesting is that you target and grow a very, we'll call it a niche built list, where you know you have your exact target audience in there. And you can do that by creating a guide and having them download it by way of entering their name and email. So a couple other ways that you can build your list is, out on social media, you can always have people contact you via email. So let them know. If you ever give somebody your email list, little pro tip here. If you ever give somebody your email, do not just go and add them to your list. You need their permission to add them to a list. Otherwise, you're spam. So if you give me your email address without entering it into a form, then I'm going to ask you, hey, is it okay if I add you to my list? I would love to be able to keep you up to date on the stuff that I send out every week. I send out this great information every week that I think you might be interested in. They say yes, great. If not, and I do that, I'm spamming them. So you want to be careful about that, because there's this thing, and I mentioned it, I said the word a minute ago, it's called blacklisting. Blacklisting is something that's done by the email providers. It's actually done on the internet. I'm not going to go into details about blacklisting. However, what happens with blacklisting is that it means that your email is literally blacklisted. You can't send emails, they can't receive emails. And so you get shut off. And it takes time to get off of a blacklist. Sometimes it never happens. So you want to make sure that you're not spamming people, that you're actually providing value to them. So think about your email list that you have right now. Do you have the right people in your email list? You can go out and send an email to the list that you have right now and just let them know, hey, we're scrubbing up the list. We're doing this, we're doing that. I want to be able to provide you information that you're looking for. And you can ask people and pull people in an email and get them to respond to you, and then provide them what they're looking for. Same way we do it out on social media. You're still providing that. You're just possibly getting in front of more eyeballs. So the other thing that you want to make sure is that you're not ending up in everybody's spam. So one of the ways that you can really quickly end up in spam is by putting a ton of links into an email. So refrain from putting a bunch of links in. Just provide information. If you have a link in there that says, or hook up with me on X, or whatever it is, or go over to this other lead magnet that I have. Once you have their email, it's kind of a moot point as far as the lead magnet getting their email, because you already have their email, right? So you're reaching out to the people who aren't yet on your list. The people who are on your list, it doesn't mean you don't provide them more value and send them off to another checklist or something else. You keep providing and nurturing those relationships. So hopefully I've given you some ideas on how to build your list and why it's important to build your email list, because email is still a huge thing. And I don't see email with my ex-tech hat on. I've been working with email since MS Mail way back when, which is really old. If anybody knows MS Mail, that they know that's totally dating myself. We're back in the early 80s, dating myself when I worked in tech and corporate. And mail was the way we all communicated, and it's still a big means of communication. What you need to do is you need to actually get your email in front of the right people. So that is just a few tips on building your email list. If you have any questions about building your email list, put them in the comments below. And if you want to know how to create emails that are effective, that people actually want to open, join us for our free masterclass that's coming up on March 18, 19, and 20th. It's called The Unicorn Factor: How to Demystify Marketing Content to Set You Apart from the Crowd. And it's all about speaking in your unique voice and making sure that you're creating content that people actually want to read, and emails that people actually want to click on and open, so you're not ghosted by people in this email world. So the website is on the screen right now. It's www.theunicornfactornow.com. I would love to have you in there. We're going to talk about the 4 major components of creating an email a social post, all the stuff. It's the four major components of any piece of marketing content you create. We're going to be talking about that in this program, in this free masterclass. So come and join us at the Unicorn Factor, and we will see you next week on Tips and Tricks Tuesday. Bye for now.